Two old people on the couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video. So how's everybody doing today?
I'm doing good. How was work today?
It was good. We had a good day at work today. And so Karen should be happy because it looks like they're trying to suppress all the news that is trying to come out. So they're just like trying to suppress it. And she's like, oh, yay, they're not going to let any of the truth come out.
We have to get Biden across the finish line, she says.
Yes.
And you two old people on the couch are not helping, she says.
I know.
But so you had a good day at work. And I wanted to say this morning, whenever I woke up, I mean, you were getting ready for work, right?
Yes.
What was I doing while you were getting ready for work?
Sleeping.
And then you told me something. You said, Mark,
yes,
I need you to set up the show today. I'm going to write down, and I'm hearing this, right? on a piece of paper, the 3 things I need on a notepad. And so I woke up, I'm looking around the house. I searched the house looking for a notepad. I couldn't find one.
Do you want to know what the conversation actually was?
Yes, I would.
Okay. So I woke you up. I said, Mark, I've been making notes on my iPad, on my notes in my iPad.
I heard specifically that you wrote down on your notepad.
I've been keeping notes on my iPad.
So that's how my day started, looking the whole house. But I think I remembered everything. So let's get to the first thing, which is our furry friends.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is that mouse being on the screen going to be on our
No, it's not going to be on our screen. That
messed you up.
You need to learn the technology. All right, here we go. So here we go.
Okay, furry friends.
Furry friends. Kay Decker emailed us these in, so it's our first email.
Oh, our first email. Yay.
We got our first email to two old people on a couch at gmail.com.
Good.
So look at all these guys. They look like they're having a good time. They're all like our dogs and everything. They're loud up on the couch. They're all resting. And
they have their own blankets.
Yeah, they're all tucked in. And what I think, though, is I think this was shot kind of like after Thanksgiving, you know, after
everybody's really full and just
they got done with their meal and they're just like, that's it, we're gonna crash on the couch.
Oh, they're all so adorable. They are very adorable.
Yeah, they're all pretty cats and dogs.
Yeah, they are. Thank you for sending that in.
Thanks,
to us.
Kay Decker.
Keep sending us emails. And
I got one more.
Oh, good. Oh,
here we go. This is Tim and Melanie.
Yes. But they're not pets.
Tim is my good friend from the Air Force. Tim doesn't follow directions. I told Tim, I go, Tim, he posted a picture of one of his dogs. I said, send that picture over to two old people on the couch. And I will put that picture on our next show. And he sends a picture. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's a good picture of Tim and his wife, Melanie. And Melanie, she's looking fabulous there. And it's a great picture of the two. I just want, Tim, nothing's changed. It's like 30 years later, you still don't follow directions at all. So anyway, that was that.
Okay. So
then I think I got what you wanted me to get on the notepad that I couldn't find. So let's go ahead and...
So let's start.
All right, here we go. You ready?
That's a lot of jet fuel just to do a little flyover. That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work. That stuff ain't happening with Kamala Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner.
Okay, so that was Aikman and Buck.
Yes.
And they were caught on a hot mic.
Yes.
And I don't watch football anymore.
Yes.
The NFL.
Don't watch.
No, I'm not doing it.
Still won't.
I won't watch NASCAR. And I've been telling everybody that I'm not going to watch football until there's a girl in a red, white, and blue dress, an American flag dress, singing the national anthem.
Yes.
Fireworks are going off.
Yeah, jets are flying over the sky.
And
that's the most emotional, patriotic feeling to watch that happen. And to bring Americans together, and they don't want it to happen.
Right. And these pilots all have to have so many hours of flying.
Yes.
And they got to have practice. And so...
And all that money comes out of their training budget.
Not to mention that the military sponsors things.
Yes.
And it costs money to sponsor. Well, this doesn't cost them any. They've,
Yes.
They fly the planes over. It's great advertising for recruiting. I mean, you're sitting at a game and you feel that rumble of those jets going
it is
over.
great.
It gives me goosebumps.
I get so proud of my country.
I know. I just get goosebumps all over my body.
I just get really proud whenever I see that. Okay,
so that's the first. Then the second thing you want me is with.
Okay. At the last town hall that Biden had, a lady asked Biden about transgenders, and Biden rambled on a bunch of stuff. So here we go.
Yeah, here, let's play it first and we'll talk about it afterwards.
You may recall, I'm the guy who said, I was raised by a man who, I remember I was being dropped off. My dad was a high school educated, well-read man who was a really decent guy, and I was being dropped off to get an application in the center of our city, Wilmington, Delaware, the corporate capital of the world at the time. And these two men, I'm getting out to get an application to be a lifeguard in the African-American community because there was a big swimming pool complex. And these two men, well-dressed, leaned up and hugged one another and kissed one another. And I'm getting out of the car at the light, and I turned to my dad. My dad looked at me and said, Joey, it's simple. They love each other. The idea that an 8-year-old child or a 10-year-old child decides, I decided I want to be transgender. That's what I think I'd like to be. It'll make my life a lot easier. There should be zero discrimination. And what's happening is too many transgender women of color are being murdered. They're being murdered. I mean, I think it's up to don't that number, but it's higher now. So I promise you, there is no reason to suggest that there should be any right denied your daughter or daughters, whichever, if one or two, your daughter, that your other daughter has a right to be and do. None, zero. And by the way, my son Beau passed away, was the Attorney General of the state of Delaware. He was the guy who got the first transgender law passed in the state of Delaware, and because of a young man who became a woman who worked for him in the Attorney General's office.
Okay, nothing against transgender people.
Yeah, nothing
against them, but I don't even know what he was talking about.
I'm confused.
Because he's not, transgender doesn't have anything to do with being gay.
Right, and I'm confused because now you have, the woman has a regular daughter and a transgender daughter, and I got to remember how many daughters. That's confusing.
Yes.
Then, okay, like you say, but that story sounds a little far-fetched.
Yes.
So he's going to get an application as a lifeguard at a swimming pool that's an African-American community swimming pool.
Yes, in the 1950s.
In the 1950s, which is still, is possible, that... I'm not saying any of this isn't possible. But then in the 1950s, he gets out of the car. And sees two guys kissing in the open in 1950s. And the dad is just like, that's nothing, son. That's that's just totally normal, And all this, and then his son had somebody hired that turned into a transgender. Then he wrote laws. I'm like, and then African transgenders are being murdered. And I'm like, that was a long... I'm more confused about the whole...
question after he answered it.
Oh, man. I think that was a roundabout way of answering something.
Yeah, without answering it.
But, yeah, that's... I picture myself even back in the 1970s.
Yes.
If I was, that age.
Yeah, I didn't see openly people.
Well, not that it was. Yeah. It wouldn't. And then if I would have saw that, I would have been like, whoa. And I would have turned back to my dad, and my dad would be like, I don't know, man. That's kind of.
Because that stuff didn't happen then.
That's crazy there,
Because it didn't happen then.
Right. I'm not buying
it did happen then. 20 years. Not in the open.
Yeah,
it didn't
and 20 years earlier. So I think, all I'm saying is I think he makes up stories to answer politically correct.
Yes. So nothing against anybody.
And it couldn't have been any pool.
Yeah.
It had to be an African community.
Yeah. Why?
That's the first place.
Why did we bring that in?
And
yeah, I don't know. I didn't understand the whole answer.
Then now, this is it. Trump's chances of winning are over.
They are.
They got the marketing people got together.
Yeah, and came up with the commercial.
A commercial to end all Trump's chances. Are you ready?
This is the thing that sent Biden over the top.
All right, here it goes.
The union would be saved.
That is one rocking commercial.
That's it. Trump's done.
Yes.
And I guess if you can't get people to show up at your rallies and stuff like that, then you might as well
use cats.
Just use cats.
Yes.
Because they can't talk. They just, you put a picture down there. And
they do what that was
more LGBTQ flag.
Biden merchandise than I've seen the whole election.
Yeah. That's the most signage we've seen. But yeah, so I mean, that's it. That's devastating.
Yeah. So, that will put the nail on the coffin for
Sure. Even with the news coming out probably later on today of the Hunter Biden.
Yeah, well, they're going to squish that.
Laptop.
Yeah, they're going to
supposed to be very damning.
No.
It's already been very damning, but it's supposed to be even more.
Squishing it.
Yeah.
They're already squishing it.
They're trying hard, and I like how.
Time's up.
Yesterday we had crazy shirts, or you had a crazy shirt.
I had a crazy shirt.
And now look at us.
We're so calm.
We're just.
And nice on the couch.
But the colors go well together.
So, Cupcake hasn't been on here lately.
I know. You want Cupcake to come back on?
Soon
all right.
Cupcake needs to be on.
Maybe after today.
Tomorrow is supposed to be the debate. Are we debating tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, no. The all-knowing. Oh, boy. What about the mic being cut off?
Yeah, they're going to cut the mic.
I think that's something else you told me to look up.
It was something else I told you to look
Just
up.
remember.
That's okay. So tomorrow is supposed to be the final debate. So
do you think you'll do it with the mic
see.
cut-offs? Because
so far,
it might show
he's not doing it.
If he goes and does it and the mic cuts off, then on his, whenever he's talking next, he can say, look, they're censoring everything. If they don't bring up one question about that laptop,
they won't.
And they always want, how many, they've asked Trump to denounce a white supremacy 1,000 times.
Yes, 1,000 times.
Can we just ask Biden once if he says it's true or false, what's,
going on,
that he had, he knew about Hunter Biden's activities over in the Ukraine, and then his involvement. We already seen the quid pro quo where Biden just said, I didn't like them going after my son's company. And, so I said, you're not getting any money until you fire that prosecutor, and boom, he got fired, right?
Yeah. So all right.
We got anything else?
No, we ran out of time now.
I didn't hear no.
I know. I paused it at 1
anywhere.
second.
Oh,
Paused it at 1 second. So we made it to 12 minutes. So
all right, let's get it over with.
Here.
All right.
Okay. So it is midweek Wednesday, and we'll be back for Wrap Up Friday after the debate. So we'll see if that happens or not. Until next time, remember, do your own research.
Please do your own research. My goodness, the news ain't going to tell you nothing.
And be prepared.
All right.